What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the all-new 2022 Kia Stinger GT. Huge shout out and thank you to Keffer Kia for providing this brand new Stinger for today's video. Check out the link to their website in the description below. They have a huge selection of the 2021 lineup and are getting in the 2022 Kia, so definitely check them out. And the model that we're looking at today is a GT2 all-wheel drive, finished off in snow white pearl, and has an MSRP at $55,000. Underneath the hood, the Stinger utilizes a 3.3-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine. This cranks out 368 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. The engine is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission and sends the power to all four wheels through the all-wheel drive system. And with a curb weight around 3,800 pounds, you can expect 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds and a top speed at 167 miles an hour. And then all running off a 15.9-gallon fuel tank, you can expect 17 miles per gallon in the city and 24 out on the highway. The overall length is 190.2 inches with a wheelbase at 114.4. The width is 73.6 with height at 55.1 inches. The Stinger GT also features Brembo brakes in all four corners. The rotors up front measure 13.8 inches and they have a 4-piston brake caliper. And the rear rotors come in at 13.4 inches with a single piston caliper. Taking a look at the front end of this 2022 Kia Stinger GT, you can see the all-new Kia logo right in the center. It has a really cool font to it. You can see how Kia is written out, just adds to the modern design of the Stinger. This also has a set of LED headlights with LED daytime running lights. They have a blacked out housing and a little bit of chrome trim to add to the aggression. There's also LED turn signals in the lower corners. The front end of the Stinger has a really sharp design, and you can see a lot of black chrome trim around some of the features. This has the traditional Kia-shaped grille, finished off with a really cool mesh design. You can see a sensor in the center, as well as a forward-facing camera, and there's also 4 parking sensors within the front bumper. We have a massive lower grille with some nice black chrome trim around it and black mesh, and it allows maximum cooling to the front-mounted intercooler. And then there's also functional air inlets on the farthest sides of the bumper, finished off with more of the gloss black, and they are functional to allow air to enter the bumper and pass through out around the front tires. The front end has a really nice sculpted design and it flows through the hood seamlessly. You can see 2 sharp body lines within the hood as well as some trim pieces as well to add to the sporty design. And then as we make our way to the side profile, everything flows through these front fenders with a nice bulge to give it a wide appearance. This model also features a set of 19-inch wheels. They're finished in a 2-tone machine silver gloss black. They have a multi-spoke split 5-spoke design. They have a really nice look wrapped in a Michelin tire. And then if we take a look at the overall side profile, it's extremely proportional with that classic fastback design. On the backside of these front fenders, you can see another functional air inlet. You can see where the air can get pulled out of the front wheel arches just to allow for better aerodynamics. It's also finished with another black chrome trim piece. This has a set of body colored door handles with black chrome mirror caps with more gloss black trim around that. They feature an integrated LED turn signal as well as a side view camera. And then you'll see a lot of black trim around these windows just to give this that seamless design. And then a sharp body line going from the headlights all the way through the side profile to the rear wheels. And there's another bulge around the rear wheels to give it that wider appearance. There's more sharp body lines in the lower portions of these doors. And then moving up top, this has the panoramic sunroof finished off with all the glass. And then moving to the rear end, you can see how this black chrome trim goes all the way above the windows and leads its way into this trunk area. We have a shark fin antenna as well as the integrated third brake light into the top of this rear glass. You can see how the body molding creates a nice ducktail spoiler on the back, and then you get your LED tail lights with a really cool LED bar going all the way across the rear end. You can see Stinger written out right in the center in the nice Stinger font. We have the standard backup camera right in the center, and then your GT all-wheel drive logo over on the right. There's 4 more parking sensors in the back and then a gloss black rear diffuser. There's some fins in the lower side and then trim pieces on the farthest side, and then finishing it up with the dual quad-tipped exhaust. So there's a good look at some of the specs as well as the exterior on the 2022 Kia Stinger GT. Comment down below, what do you guys think of this car? I think it has a really cool look. We have Kia's key fob as well with the new design for Kia, and then all the buttons are on the side. The lock button is up on the top with your thumb, kind of a cool trigger button. And then if I hold down this button right here, it'll automatically fire up with the remote start. V6 roars to life as you can hear. Pressing it again, it'll shut off. Then all I have to do is keep the key fob in my pocket and grab the door handle. Once I grab it, I can press the button, it'll automatically unlock and we can check out the interior. This particular Stinger has a black leather interior with silver accents all throughout. If we go ahead and take a look at the door panel now, it's finished off in black. You can see the black leather along the side right here with really nice white contrast stitching. We get some silver trim as well as your armrest and your integrated grab handle. All of your window controls and mirror controls with lock and unlock. We also have your grab handle up here with a nice brushed aluminum design, memory seating, and then part of the speakers. There's a little bit of storage down low as well, and then an aluminum portion on this door sill. You can see all the power controls on this left side of the seat, and then the really nice smooth black leather. We have more of the contrast stitching and then all the perforated leather right on the centers with a really cool stitching design. This button right here you can press and it actually has a leg rest that'll automatically come out for added comfort. Really cool design for this car. You can see the massive side bolsters as well. Really nice design leading our way all the way up these seats. You can see more of the stitching as well as GT embossed into the leather. And then spinning around, we have a leather steering wheel with perforated on the sides, flat bottom design with your GT logo, and some satin aluminum trim. And then now inside the Stinger, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, we have your speedometer over on the right side with your fuel level, and then your tach and engine temperature on the left. We have an LCD display right in the center with a few items. You can toggle this button right here to scroll through the screen, and then we can scroll down in this setting right here to see some of the trim information and things like that. Continuing over, you can see navigation that'll come up. We have your attention level and then your lane keeping. Continuing over, we have tire pressure as well as a digital speedometer. Taking a look at the steering wheel now, you can see some Bluetooth and audio controls over on the left side, and then on the right side we have all your cruise control settings as well as the steering wheel intervention and forward collision, and then the controls for the actual screen. You have your steering wheel mounted paddle shifters that have a really nice look and feel to them. Then you have your turn signal stock and headlights over on the left, then all of the wiper blades over on the right side. If we take a look at the left side of the actual steering wheel now, we have some controls for the dimness of the interior lighting, the lane keeping, your fuel release as well as the electronic tailgate, and we have a fuse panel down below. There's some trim as well with one of the air vents. This also features heads-up display. You can see how it looks right now. We have the digital speedometer, which is a really nice touch to see. You can also see a really cool stitching design going across the dashboard, and then a really nice piece of leather in the center with more of the contrast stitching. We have 3 of the air vents right in the center, and then we have the touchscreen infotainment display. You can see a lot of the different items right here. I can tap this home icon, it gets to a really nice menu, and then just swiping over you can get into all the different apps within the car. Really nice and user friendly. You have your navigation menu as well, that'll come right up, all the different settings. You can get out of there. We have valet mode, your radio, all the other different items. Then if we go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse, you can see the top-down camera coming up over on the right side as well as the rear view backup camera. I can toggle these different icons and you can get a top-down for the back. Taking a look at this, you can see your rear wheels, back to the standard camera. You can tap all of your settings and adjust everything how you would like it to be. And then if we go ahead and just tap the P, we can put the car back into park. And then taking a look underneath this, we have a few of the shortcuts for the actual screen. So you can just tap the map icon right here and it'll come right up on the screen. As you can see, super nice HD display. I like how everything comes up. Then we have more shortcuts as well. If I tap the star icon, it'll come up on the screen with some of the custom settings that you can adjust, which is really cool to see. We have your volume on the left as well as the tuning and scrolling over on the right. Then we have some physical climate control buttons down below that. We have dual zone climate control that you can sync, the fan speed and climate and all the different zones. Just toggling this button, all the climate controls will come up on the top portion of the screen and you can see how everything changes as I toggle this button. And then below that we have some nice brushed aluminum accents for this whole center console. I can push this forward and lock it into place. You see your wireless phone charging mat down here as well as a USB port and then a 12 volt with a little bit of storage, and then pressing that it'll close. We have the really cool shift knob like you saw with your different gears, electronic park and brake, a brake hold, then your drive mode selector. You can toggle this left and right. It comes up on the screen. As you can see, we have a custom mode which you can configure, sport mode, comfort, the eco, and smart, which is really cool to have all those different modes. We have your traction control as well. Then your heated and ventilated seat icon. You can toggle this up to go to the heated seat, and then toggling it down you can see how it changes for the cooled seat. We also have a heated steering wheel and your parking sensors. Tapping this button right here, it comes up as a shortcut for the cameras. Then we have your auto start stop. And then behind that, we have a little bit of storage and then some nice black leather for this armrest. Grabbing the lever, we can open this up. You can see how much space we have in here. We even have a removable tray. And then going ahead and closing this, locking it into place. The glove box over here opens nice and up. We have a ton of space in here as you would expect. And then closing that, you can get a really good look at the overall interior. I think Kia did a fantastic job designing the Stinger. You see all the really cool contours within the leather on the seats, and then the floating door handle, which is a really cool touch for the doors, and then the dashboard and center all comes together very nicely to give this a modern appearance. And then moving our way up top, you can see the sunroof shade. And then in front of that, we have the controls for the sunroof as well as the LED dome lights. And then taking a look at the rear seat space, I can go ahead and open up the door. The door panel is finished off just like we saw up front. And then moving inside now, we have all the same type of leather back here with the perforated in the center and then all the smooth leather and contrast stitching. If we go ahead and take a look up front now, we do have some nice amenities like your climate controls. You can see how you can adjust that. You have 2 plugs down here for 12 volt and then USB, and we even get some storage behind these front seats. All right, so climbing now into the back seat of this Kia Stinger. This has a lot of space in it actually for being that fastback sloping rear end design. We have a nice little bit of a cutout up in the ceiling here for a little bit extra headroom. I'm 5'11" and I have like an inch or so of headroom, and I have the driver's seat set at my height with plenty of knee room and foot room as well. We do have a nice armrest on this door with all the same stitching, which looks really cool, and your heated seat button back here as well. So sitting here now, you have a pretty good view out with all the glass, so it feels pretty open. Then if we take a look right in the center, we can grab this leather strap. We have a nice armrest that'll come down with 2 more cup holders, and closing this back up. And then to take a look at the trunk space, you can hold the button on the actual key fob, press the one on the interior, or just press the one that is actually on the liftgate. This opens nice and up with this hatchback design, so you really have a lot of storage space. You can see how everything is squared off here for larger items and things like that. And with the privacy cover removed and the rear seats folded down by just grabbing the manual handle, you can see just how much storage space we have in the back of a Stinger. And then going back through into these back seats now, you can see how everything is folded down nice and flat. We still get a lot of space up front now. So this configuration really makes the Kia Stinger extremely practical. Alright guys, so we are setting off now in the 2022 Kia Stinger GT. We've got the twin turbo and all-wheel drive. So first and foremost, getting my bearings as far as getting comfortable in the car. The armrests are in a really good place. We have the power operations for the steering wheel, so I can get that in a really good position. And then these seats are nice and comfortable to sit in. Headrest is comfortable as well. These bolsters are really large. They're hugging me nice and tight. And I love how that one button, you can actually extend this leg rest for added comfort. So I think I can really easily get myself into a comfortable position now. As far as headroom and things like that, I have about an inch or so of headroom, so it seems to be a pretty good car for people around 6 foot tall. And then my legs are fitting nicely and I can go really far back if I want to. You have a really good view out the front windshield, really large mirrors as well to give you a good view behind you, and left and right visibility over your shoulders seems pretty nice. It doesn't seem like it's compromised at all, even given that nice sloping back design. So now we are on a cool road. I'm gonna go ahead and put us into sport mode now, and we will use the paddle shifters to shift. We're in 2nd gear right now. Wow. Oh my gosh, that was barely 3,000 RPM, and that just took off up to 60 miles an hour. Oh my gosh, this is a quick car. That is crazy. Wow, and I am just barely touching the gas, and that feels genuinely fast. Dang, that is awesome. So if you're looking for a good family sedan that has, you know, the sporty design, the Kia Stinger, of course, is pretty cool looking. But if you want something that has some juice to it and actually a fun factor, that is really cool. And we got the Brembo brakes on it. The transmission is super quick. Wow. I like the performance feel of this car, and of course with the all-wheel drive, I mean, it's gonna pull you around wherever you need to go, especially if you're taking this on even the track or just some fun mountain roads. The steering seems pretty tight as well in sport mode now. Coming to a stop, we'll hit the brakes a little bit harder. The Brembos, they definitely bite. Wow, I was not expecting it to feel that quick, and I genuinely, that was like 3,000 RPM. I can't even imagine just going up to a red line. So then taking a look at the interior as we tone it down for just a hair, all the materials feel really nice in this car as well. I like all the leather along the dash, just looks really premium. Everything you touch feels like a nice high quality material. The plastics feel pretty solid. The look of them with this brushed aluminum design, I think it looks really sporty as well. And then one thing really cool, when I do the turn signals, the LCD screen in the center actually comes up with the image of what the mirror is seeing, so it gives you that little bit extra view of what's going on beside you just for added safety. So I like that aspect. But it seems like the Kia Stinger has a lot of technology features, a lot of the good safety features in it. As far as the drive now, will put us actually back into the comfort mode now. The car feels nice and comfortable. You don't really hear much wind noise or road noise. Nothing crazy going on. As you can see, the suspension does a pretty good job absorbing bumps. You can feel a little bit of the bumps, I would say, so it does have that sporty ride to it, which I think you're going to expect in a car like this. So if I then put us back into the sport mode, give it a little bit more gas. Wow. And that wasn't even 4,000 RPM, and that just scoots along. Wow, I did not think I'd have this much fun in the Stinger. That is so cool. I've seen a lot of comments on previous Stinger videos we've done of owners of these cars, and you owners seem to love these things so much, and I can see why. Just getting up to some speed, not even stressing the car, it rips. And then coming up to a 90-degree turn, we'll downshift a little bit, see what kind of body roll we have. That is pretty planted, wow. And then of course, plenty of torque to get us up and going. 8-speed is so quick. That is a lightning quick transmission. I'm loving that. Wow. But now that we are up to a little bit higher speed now, we'll cruise back into comfort mode. Like I said, the car nice and comfortable. The steering is much lighter now in comfort mode. Wow, that's really nice. But yeah, not really anything to complain with. We'll do a 3-point turn in the parking lot just to feel out the camera system. But I'm liking it. This seems like a nice, comfortable car. The back seats were pretty roomy as well. And then, of course, the use of space back there. You have so much space. So coming to a slower speed now, those Brembos do a fantastic job. That turn signal camera is a nice touch. I really love seeing that. So if I go ahead and just stop now, we'll put us into reverse. The technology you get in this car, I think, is right on par with like your Audis, BMWs, and things like that. That top-down view, the back of camera, I can adjust that to see other things that I want to see. And then even putting us into drive now, we have the front view camera that'll come up, all of your guidelines as well. That is a really cool blend. I think the Stinger just has so much in it. So with that said, we will go back into the sport mode. Very easy, you can do that. And just toggling the paddles, it'll put us into the manual mode now. Wow, I even heard some turbo noise as soon as I let off. You could hear the blow-off noise in it. And then coming to a standstill almost. Wow, Kia Stinger puts a smile on your face, and this is a family sportback, hatchback, sedan, whatever you want to call it. It's a family vehicle. You know, you can put the kids in the back, put a lot of stuff in the back. You can do a lot in this car, and man, is it quick. Wow, that is a lot of fun. But I think that is then it for the 2022 Kia Stinger GT, the all-wheel drive, pretty much a fully loaded car right here. I don't really see any shortcomings. I think Kia has been killing it in the new generation. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out Keffer Kia. Huge shout out and thank you to them for providing this Stinger for today's video. I'll have them linked down in the description below. They have a huge selection of the new Kia lineup, so definitely check them out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.